it probably would not be right to at least acknowledge, that the Lib Dems have also launched their campaign. I know. We heard almost next to nothing about it, but that's okay. That's unfortunately par for the course for the Lib Dems. I've said before, Labour has a bit of a problem when it comes to sort of using, new media and etc. However, I think the Lib Dems even worse when it comes to that. So, sorry guys, but it's just the case. I have obviously described you guys as the ghost party in the past. You're there, but in the attic, just rattling the chains. And I'm sorry, but it's honestly how you come across sometimes. And it is a problem sometimes for messaging, but sometimes not always. Sometimes you do absolutely fantastic stuff. You made absolutely, hay out of course, the by-election victories. Those were good. But if you think in between, then yeah, you start to see a bit of a problem. And of course, I know there are going to be Lib Dem activists, etc. That would disagree and etc. And hey, if you're a Lib Dem activist and you want to come on here, I am more than happy to have a chat with a Lib Dem activist. I would actually love to have one. Now, of course, I am still on holiday. However, I will be back next week, getting back on Tuesday. So hopefully normal service will be restored on Wednesday. But of course, as always, we've still got 2 more days of these pre-recorded videos that I've left for you. So until then, do let me know, or at least try and grab my attention when I'm back if I miss you. But like I say, I do want to have that conversation. I think it would actually be quite fun to have that conversation. So I am up for having it. So, like I say, thank you very much for everyone watching, etc. You know the drill. Hit the like, hit the share button down below. Patreon page, buy me a coffee link, YouTube thank you button, and of course Pony Club down below as well. So as always, let's crack on into this then, shall we? So this is from The Guardian. We're talking on their campaign bus launch with, I like it, Yellow Hammer One. It's not. I couldn't decide whether it was a bit cringy or not, but it's the Lib Dems. I'm sorry. So Ed Davey have now said that Liberal Democrats are not going to put a ceiling on our ambitions as he launched the party's general election campaign. The party said that Lib Dems have now been getting their best response from voters for over a generation while out campaigning. He accused the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, and other Conservative MPs of taking their constituencies for granted. He spoke confidently about winning more seats on the 4th of July. And so far, that does seem to be on the up. If you take tactical voting into account, the Lib Dems do set to benefit massively. Does look like they are almost going to take all the seats down in and around Cornwall and Devon. Some very, very what were traditionally be Tory heartlands. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they benefit, of course, at the Tories' expense. So we'll see, of course, what happens when it comes to election night. But I do expect the Lib Dems to do quite well. And of course, I have said before, my wildest hope, and it might happen. It's not probable, but it might happen. If the Tories lose enough seats, the Lib Dems gain enough, they could be the main party of opposition. And oh boy, will that change a lot of things, certainly in UK politics. So Davey unveiled the new Lib Dems Battlebus named Yellow Hammer One. He met a large crowd of supporters in Winsford on Sunday. He focused very much largely on the health and environment in his speech to supporters, including hospitals, saying with dangerous crumbling roofs, sewage pouring out into wards, and promised to introduce a 10-year rolling repair program for the NHS estate. When asked what the Lib Dems' targets were in the election, Ed Davey told the PA News Media Agency, "I am not putting a ceiling on our ambitions. All I'm doing is telling voters with my team across the country, and the Lib Democrats are getting a great response, a better response than we've had for over a generation. I was elected back in 1997, and this feels to me quite like a bit like that. I don't worry about the other parties. I'm just excited about the job and excited about change. The Lib Dems are targeting traditionally conservative heartlands in the Blue Wall in South England. Booed by a series of by-election victories and local election victories in the area, the party is now eyeing up the constituencies of several cabinet ministers, including Jeremy Hunt. So hopefully, hopefully we do get that Portillo moment, and Jeremy Hunt loses his seat to potentially a Lib Dem. That would be absolutely fantastic to see, fantastic to watch that unfold completely in action. So good luck to them. In a general election, good luck to all parties involved. But more, should we say, a look to others than than some. Then of course, we'll wait and see what happens. Like I say, election night is going to be, I think, very, very interesting to watch. Almost certainly, we will probably see, when you look at the polls, you do see potentially a lot of Lib Dems big gains, and of course, you do see them taking a lot of scalps. Like I say, it's very, very likely, of course, they could take Jeremy Hunt's seat. As well as potentially taking a couple of others down in the Blue Wall. That does seem where they are massively focusing their attention. Certainly correcting the mistake they made in 2019, where they should have, again, focused on these seats as well. So we'll see how much this pays off for them. But so far, it does look in the polls like it is paying off for them. So we'll see what happens. But so far, all I can say is Yellow Hammer One is a go. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page, the Buy Me Coffee link, and of course, the YouTube thank you button and the Pony Club down below as well. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Like I say, I should be back, obviously, next week. Like I say, Wednesday, normal service will be restored. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. And of course, we'll see you all next time.